Hello, brothers and sisters. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you enjoyed and you had a nice Sunday. I did. It was really good. Worship went very well. It's getting to a sad point though now. The trails are splitting, and but I don't know if I told you guys this, but we called a new pastor to our church because our current pastor now is called an interim, which is like in between. That's like their transition period. And he's been here for 2 years, a long time, way longer than it should be. There was a meet and greet last night, and I went to that. He was super cool. It's this young guy, young family, got a couple kids, and I think we need that. I'm excited for it. I just feel like our generation and the younger, like, I don't know, our generation, is much more laid back and accepting regardless, is always willing to have an open mind to different things and always willing to learn from people. And he said that he's like, I always love to learn, no matter what it is. And so I'm excited. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for him to come. I think it's the beginning of February, I think, is when he's gonna be here. So that's exciting, but it's also sad to see Pastor Scott go. That's tough. I liked him. He was great. It's not as hard as Eric because Eric like hired me. He brought me on. That's different. But Scott still, we have ties. He was so great. I've never met someone who was so like open to like anything. Like we would change something in the service or move the scripture around. Yeah, okay. No questions. Just all right, let's do it. Just dive right in, man. Don't have to ask any questions. I love that about him. He was always willing. If anybody had any questions to ask him or like what's the word? Ideas, responses. He's willing to listen. Yeah, let's do it. Let's try it. The worst that could happen is that it doesn't work, but let's do it, So that's sad, it's going to be hard to see him go. And I won't be here for his last day. We're going to Vegas next week, and I'm going to be gone. So this Wednesday is going to be my last day with him. So we'll make it a good one, Pastor. We'll make it a good one for sure. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Yesterday... I think a lot now. I'm always thinking of life, what I perceive in the world, things I see, things I hear, I'm very observant. I like learning about different things, like just the atmosphere or people's conversation or who they are or what they're doing. I'm always interested. I'm intrigued by it because the human mind is absolutely amazing. And the way it has its own pattern, and then like when you go throughout your day, you get up, have coffee, it's a routine. It just sticks on that, and it's interesting. And I was talking to a good friend of mine, and it was hard to hear this, but usually it's the other side that's doing this. But he said, "Yeah, Jake, I met this girl, and I said, it's great. That's awesome." And he said, yes, he's like, yeah, she's nice, but I feel like she's using me, And I said, well, what explain? What do you mean, like using you? There's a lot of different terminology with that, And he's like, I feel like she just wants me for sex, and that's all she cares about. And that was interesting to come from a guy, And I'm kind of on the fence with that too, but I say, no, man, that's horrible, That's horrible. And we had really good conversation. Mary and I had a conversation. She is very honest with me. Regardless of what my opinion is, she could bat me down. That was... She'll make me see it. And I'm glad she is. I'm glad she's honest. I'm glad that she can be open with me. And I respect her opinion. She respects mine. And I guess my side of that is usually it's the guys using the girls, that's usually what happens. But there's a lot of times now, I've seen it many times, where, you're on like social media, there's like dating sites, I used to be on one. I think I still have my account somewhere, who knows, like, But you like go on there, you know, and there's pictures, there's people. And it's like the first thing you need to look out for is the people that don't put anything, nothing. They don't tell anything about them, hobbies, nothing, just zilch, nada. And they just have their name. I'm like, okay, this is a red flag, you know, because they don't care, you know, they don't care. They're not there for getting to know you, and that's sad. That's depressing, but it's our fault. We made those people, man. That's no one else's fault but our own. You know, history repeats itself, you know, until we step up and do something. And, you know, because history repeat, like I said, it's like there's this popular guy, you know, he's either, I don't like to use labels, let's say a popular person. And he has a lot of publicity, I guess. Everybody knows him, everybody is with him, you know. And if he is all about sex and girls, and there's girls that don't know any better and want to be as cool as him, they'll take that. And then that spreads like wildfire, you know? That goes out, and then it's like, oh, it's all a guy wants. And it just, oh, it's crazy. And it's not their fault, you know? It's peer pressure, you know? Anything like that. Who you talk to, who you know. I mean, I think sex shouldn't be the only thing in a relationship. I don't, you know? Is sex a beautiful thing? Sure, of course, you know, but it shouldn't be abused. It should be cherished. There should be a reason that you do it, not just because, oh, I feel like doing it. Come on, you know, it's like, that's fucked up, man. You know, and can't stand people like that, dude. I'm not like that, you know. Sex is way down on the totem pole, you know, for me. I like to get to know you. I like to, like, where do you live? What do you like to do, you know? Tell me more about you, like, where you going to school, you know, go down the list. And I mean, sex it's on the relationship list, you know, it's there, but it's not, you know, it's, you work up to that point, you know. And it's not like you start out and be like, boom, we're there, you know. Some people do, you know. I guess it just depends who you're with, you know, and the circumstances and the situations that you put yourselves in. But you know, I like to just get to know them, you know, and get to know their backstory and kind of what they're at. And I feel like that's way more important than sex is, you know. I want to know you. I want to know, like, who you are. Like, did you go the same school as I did? That's great. Oh, who'd you hang out with, you know? It's always interesting to hear that. And I'm not saying like dig deep down inside yourself. That's another thing. If they have stuff down there, you have to work towards that. You shouldn't push them, you know, off that cliff. They can come down when they want to. It's like a waiting game. You can't push them. But you know, it's on the list. It is, but it's not high on the list for me. And I'm all about make love, not war. But there's a line that needs to be drawn with that. There's a big difference between loving someone and thinking you love someone. There's a big difference. And I heard that from someone. I'm like, that's fantastic. That's great. That's a great saying. It's a great way to perceive it, you know. And I'm like that too. I would never use someone like that. I would never do that. That's not me. You know, I never abuse anybody for anything. You know, I wouldn't go out, like, if I'm broke, I wouldn't go out and find someone that's rich. That's not, I don't care, you know. Would it be a smart idea? Well, I don't know, not for me, you know, because you're just using it for that, you know. You're using those person either for income, sex, like what they have, you know. That's not the right path, guys. That's not the right path for girls or guys, you know. That's not the way it goes. I'm speaking to all brothers and sisters here, not just one side. I like to see both sides. And with that, I do see both sides. You know, I see both sides of this. And I understand that guys abuse it and so do girls, you know. So we're all together on this boat here. And it takes us to change it, you know. It starts with us, you know. If you want to make a change, start with yourself, you know, and then work out. Like, maybe you'll see someone talking about it. Boom, go in there, get in there, you know. Talk to them. Just spread it, you know. Spread the love, man, you know, but that's where I'm at with that. So, it's nice out today. Actually, it's like 30 degrees out. Can you believe that? It's like there's puddles on the ground. It's not ice anymore. It's just fantastic. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. It was something that just irked me. I have those times where it's just like, oh, I just can't stand, You just want to, like, jump out of your skin and just murder these people. But, that's not how I handle situations anymore. I don't use anger. I don't like to argue. I don't like to fight. There's other ways to resolve conflict, talking through stuff. Like getting on the same level, both on the same level, and talk through it. Not like talking over them and never getting their chance to see the side, and that's not fair. You need to be like eye to eye on this, and it shouldn't be on the phone or text. No, that's not going to work either. You need to be face to face. You need to talk through this, because if you're there, it's not as personal. It's like a total disconnect. The emotion, you don't see the emotion, and that's half the battle with like trying to figure out where they're at, and they're trying to figure out where you're at. And that's a big part of it, man. So if you're going through hard times, just take a seat, take a rest, Step back for a second. I'm all about not rushing, it doesn't benefit anybody. It really doesn't. So if you're a rusher, stop, it's where you're moving towards a quicker death. So if you want to go down that way, that's your choice, I can't stop you, but I don't live my life like, even if I'm late somewhere, it's not in that time. There are people like, I need to get there the quickest possible. No, it's not like you're gonna be less late. He's only 2 minutes instead of 10. It's not on a scale. You're late. It's just a blanket statement. And in that point, you're just worried about getting there safely. That's all I care about. That's what's important. But yeah, rushing is a big thing with me. I can't stand people that do it. And whenever people rush, they get pissed at the people that take their time and are patient and good people, and because they think they deserve to be first. They deserve to be fast. Isn't faster. Screw those people, man. Screw those people. I see those people daily, and I'm like, I have no sympathy for them. And what's funny is that they can change their life. They can change their life. People say change is impossible. Change is not impossible. It's a difficult road, but you can make change. And people always say, well, if I do this, I have to quit my job. Quit the job. Quit the job. Nothing's stopping you from doing it. To making that change. Like if you want to slow down, change the hours. So you have more time in your day to plan things out, get things going. If that doesn't work, quit the job. If they can't allow you with that, find something else. You may say, Jake, that's income. I'm like, well, yeah, but you have to understand, nothing is physically stopping you. There's not a money that's in front of your face that you're like, it's you. You are stopping yourself. There's no one else stopping you. It is yourself that's stopping you. You're like, I can't. I'm like, bullshit, you can. Don't be like that. Don't be putting yourself down like there's like a barrier and I can't get past it. It's not a wall, it's you. And it's a wall that you made and you're like, I can't do it. It's like, dude, you made the wall, you can go around it, take it down. But we're not willing to do that, brothers and sisters. We're only about the here and now. Let's go. And I could fucking care less about that, man. I don't give a shit about that, Good things come to those that wait, And I heard a good quote. Gonna end this with this, it has a picture of picture a turtle or something that's slow, not necessarily just a slow job or something. It's speed doesn't matter. Forward is forward. So you don't need to rush. There's no benefit of rushing through life. There isn't. There's not. I'm sorry, guys. If you think if I get everything done the quickest, that's not. You'll just wear yourself out faster. Take it step at a time. Even if I'm behind, I still don't rush. So take your time, guys. Patience. Have patience with people. We're all in the same boat. Don't think you're on a different boat because you deserve to be first. No one deserves to be first, man. We all deserve to be in the place that we're at in life. So peace and love, brothers and sisters. I hope you have an awesome week. I'll speak to you all soon.